Okay, or my.
Okay.
Only.
Oh, this down here?
Yep. And turn the volume. Okay. Okay. All right. So we are my. So hopefully we are in the computer. It is currently 10:02. So we're right on time. Welcome everyone, or welcome.
It's playing like a old, but this is like old. This is delayed or something.
Yeah, it's delayed.
Oh, okay, that's normal. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and the dryer went off. But welcome everyone to our disability employment magazine. For those of you who don't know, October is National Disability Employment Month. So that means it's a month where we can discuss and talk about the different employment opportunities for those with disability. So I thought I would hop on this bandwagon and trend and talk about my journey with employment and finding employment with TP disability awareness plan, but also, as many of you may know, I am a micro disability advocate for the University Memorial Kansas City Human Development Department, and how I started on that path is kind of interesting, and I wanted to share it. I hope that this encourages you to maybe become employed or into it, or even create your own.
I'm just looking for where comments would be. This is up here.
Right on the side there.
They'll appear here.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And also what was I saying? Or also create your own employment path for and high school or then when you say even college too.
Well, yeah, definitely. I mean, and beyond. I mean, it's really
Right.
it's really a way to identify what it is you want to do, and then think about how do you pursue it. So well,
Right.
it could be anything.
And
Any stage. Yeah.
I just wanna say well and that probably attest to the it is really hard to find employment when you are physically disabled because you require so many accommodations.
If you have to go to a workplace, it's
Right.
a lot more challenging, a
Right.
lot more things to navigate and figure out. Working from home is a totally different ballgame, but it's all, it's not always easy. And you have to, sometimes it's just good. I think what Anna's going to talk about is how do you be intentional about that and
Right.
deliberate about what it is you want to do. So you end up doing something that you love and are good at versus something you just did because there wasn't anything else.
Right.
Yeah.
And also how do you get accommodations, workplace too, online, how do you, I'm gonna talk about that too. So I'm actually going to share my screen for you guys so you can see a presentation that I usually meant to I talk to a lot of young transitioner youth and community for those are often young adults who are transitioning from high school primary school.
Primary school, secondary is like high school. Yeah.
So it would be like people who are transitioning out of secondary education and into adulthood is my normal audience for this presentation.
Mhm.
Anything to add that? Then I hit everything
I think so. So what you're about to show them is just the approach and how it worked for you,
Right.
and then talk about what they should think about.
Right.
Yeah. All good.
Okay. So, and I the presentation is made possible by my course and UMCC. So you're gonna see about a little branding on that. So you know. Let me move you out of the way.
Yeah, let's scoot this over.
How do I see? I don't usually permit my company else permit for me.
You can go into presentation.
Yeah,
that little thing down, that little monitor looking thing. Right there. Yeah. And then you can just use the down arrow, or you can click, I think.
I missed the presentation, but like other people move it for me on the normal everyday basis. So who did my own horn?
Down arrow.
No.
That didn't work? It's just because you're not clicked in there. Not click it yet. Now you can use that.
So, my name, you mean no? My name is Anna. I'm in the senior memory area, and I'm currently the president of senior people with a disability meditator advocacy society. Also, if you don't live in the senior area, people who memory have a website, and they have chapters all over the memory area. So if you do miss in the memory reading that and are interested in meditative advocacy, you can look into their website and find chapters. Oh shoot, I forgot to start recording this Zoom meeting. I I meant to do that. How I could where? Oh, I'm gonna in my team. I meant to do that. I meant to do that before I before I started. There we go. Now I accidentally opened the iMovie. My bad. Okay. Now let me move on this.
You have to share again. You didn't share the screen. Okay, not do the share.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hi, mate. I realized that. Okay. Now I'm in the mode. Now.
To the right, too. One more. There you go.
I'm saying I am president of reading people, and they are all over memory. I will have Dad put in the hat where you can find that information if you're not the memory people.
Okay.
And you can find your county chapter there, and that will kind of help you talk to meditator or memory about something that could be made. I ordered my own brand. TPMA in
Sophomore year, yeah.
sophomore year, so that would have been 2017, and I have been doing that for 4.5 years part-time. 2 of the 4 years have been full-time. I'm at a in high school. I am also currently training to become a professional advocate for UMKC via my ambassador training with how this presentation is made possible. I have also moderated the Boundless Faith Society, which you might have heard me talk about a ton, but for those of you who may be new here, that a disabled-owned woman empowerment employment society that can help you work on your business and personal growth and become the best woman you can possibly become with a disability. And I'm also a member of the movement, which is holding your own life force, which is the whole program that I will be talking about. And that also helped me become a professional advocate. So that's a bit of background about me. But now let's talk about how I got to where I am today, or how PPMI became possible. So my junior year of high school, I'm sure you're a parent or even a student, you're probably familiar. Junior year is kind of when everybody wants to decide what however they may want to look at, and also within that they have to take certain type of courses or curriculum, and also it's the ACT everywhere or
they're kind of both. They used to be kind of regional, but it's either SAT or ACT.
Right. And you want to explain what that is?
Yeah, I think anybody who's reached 16 or 17 has heard of it. It's the standardized test they use for high schools to be able to get a score that could be accepted at a college. So it's the standardized math, science, other testing.
Right.
Yep.
So I knew that because I have minimum learning disability.
Yeah, kind of a processing. You're not. Yeah. Well, your math is kind of not very interesting to you, and you're not very good. Probably good enough to do well on a test like that.
Right.
But yeah, go ahead.
So my ACT was kind of happening, and I remember at my junior year high school they told us like, hey, we can get a tutor and
try to get your score up, blah blah blah.
Get your score up, and then get into that would be step number one. Another step that my hospital had told me was university would like you to have 4 years of math credits to be able to get in. But I knew that was not for. I hated math. Probably one of my most dreaded classes. So I knew that wasn't really appealing to me. Plus, when you go to a university, you do this on your own, and that put it in a whole bunch of
obstacles
and personal hygiene and personal care issue. So I kind of had that in my head, but they also told me that I could pay at my high school until I was 21. And that's with the 21 and over vocational service program, which is wonderful for some people. It basically you can clean bowling alley, do laundry or dishes at a hotel, and you can maintain your education purposes. So whether that be like a para, your OT, PT, all that, you can maintain that if you were to stay in high school. But I knew I had more of a passion for video editing and more information to know.
Social media, you loved all this. Can I pull you back a little bit?
Yeah. I knew that.
Yeah, so you were kind of thinking college for a whole bunch of reasons wasn't quite what you wanted to do,
Right.
and you saw a new opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the next thing I did was I didn't like it. So I ended up going to my customer or advisor and I said, could we have a meeting about what I would like to do? And I knew my school had a internship, that's the word I'm looking for, program would allow junior and senior to go to work during the day for part of their school day and the header to actually working in the workplace. But I knew that YouTube was probably not going to be something they ever seen before in that
For an internship.
in that capacity. So I talked to him about it. I had him pull up my scanner. I told him my vision and all that. And he said, okay, if you can write your own curriculum for that internship and get a teacher to approve that they would be your supervisor during the hour or so, then we would not have you. You also have to administration to approve it and stuff like that. So that's what I did. I set out to do that. So I don't know if we have any viewers right now or not.
Yeah, we've just got a couple people, but you can talk about just I think you just talk about you can encourage people to think about what are they
right. If you're watching this later, what is your vision for a midnight? What would make your life feel more what would make your life feel more fulfilling or value? And then also it's important, maybe you don't know maybe you really don't know what your midnight would look like, but you know what your what you don't want, A lot of people can tell you what they don't want and then turn that into a midnight, So that's important to think about. I mean, if you're going into the workplace with an disability, maybe I don't want to be separated from my family, because I have a service dog, or I don't want to be denied access to a workplace, or I don't want to be told I can't do something, and then you can have that and provide that to your boss, and they can help you develop a good work plan.
And you, like, for instance, you decided that you didn't want to go to college for all those reasons. So that's if you once you take that off the table, then the ACT, SAT ceases to become a priority. So you can say, okay, I'm going to stop chasing that, and I'm going to stop chasing, certain coursework that might take me to a certain college because I'm not going to do that. So then you can focus your attention on the kinds of things that you do want to do. So it helps you kind of knock stuff off the table. You can say, what do I not want to chase? and then just stop chasing it. And then but you have to obviously decide what it is you want to chase, or at least what do you like to do, and start doing those kinds of things. And what are the kinds of things that you wish you didn't have in your life, and then work toward moving those aside.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, if you start doing the things you like to do, then you see opportunities, and then you might create that vision that'll become clear. Yeah, over time. Yeah.
Right. And I have thing when I'm gonna tell you in a minute. I have thing my telephone every part in life for how many times of them have hi ma I've been with you and I think that how many
you've changed it, yeah, which is okay, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because most people don't know when they're young. I mean, I had no clue what I wanted to do with my life when I was in high school, or frankly at college. So it's not like you got to figure it all out, but and Anna's just going to show you a framework that you can follow, that you'll be, adjusting the path along the way, but ultimately it'll get you to a place where you want to be.
Right. Yeah. And when I upload the video with subtitles and all that, I will link the tool down below to anyone who wants to use them. So this is on a mic telephone, and basically the text on here you can't read, and that doesn't matter, but I'm going to talk about the tool for a minute. So on the top, what is the top left, you can put all your past life experiences that help you get to your midlife. So for me, that was developing a high school handler that made me Manala to become a social media influencer and run a social media brand. So I took marketing, digital design, master design, all that. I also participated in that boundless society I was talking to you about, and developing network of other disabled women to help grow my brand. I have attended a disability webinar.
Nothing. No, I'll tell you. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, there's nothing. I'm just looking. I'm just looking at the screen.
I have also attended disability webinar. I became a member of People First and all that as well. And I hired out help so that I don't have to rely on mom and dad all the time to take me to meetings and whatnot. And then you have things that you believe would help you. Well, on the bottom here, you can put all the past experiences that have hurt you in the opposite direction of what you would like them. So for me, for a while, I was like, I don't want any external help. Why would I need that? And then I realized that I don't want mom and dad knowing to work with me all the time, in-person meetings. And I'm pretty sure dad doesn't want to know all the time either.
Yeah, it's fun if you can have other people in your life that help you with that stuff, and it feels good. You can't always do it, but that's a good goal.
When you can.
Yeah, when you can.
Yep. And then on the right side of the directory, you have all the upcoming events that you think would help you get to your midlife. Now, this directory is really old. I need to put a new copy of this in here. But some of that for me would be finishing my training so I can be paid from UMCC and like that, and finding more PA to help me with my Benny handler, and then the midnight, the natural midnight became as it was over here. And then you have the two main boxes that you can either write a paragraph or bullet point. I seen that too. Identifying what your midnight is. For me, I want to eventually make money on social media and continue my community advocacy work, eventually getting paid while living in my wonderful mother-in-law here. And then what I don't want is I don't want to live in a community home necessarily right now or become completely reliant on my parents or family members all the time. Excuse me, Mike. And you also can send it to your safe manager too.
Send this the
Yeah.
life trajectory you create,
Right. Mhm.
and then it helps them understand what it is you want to accomplish
Yeah.
and track your progress and all that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then here another awesome tool. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this tool, but this could be this is all the resources that you have in your life to help achieve your goals, broken down into main topics. What assets do you have? What traits do you
Strengths
have?
and,
And then technology and community resources and eligibility support and relationship. And as you can see, I put my name here in the middle, but I also see people put it in there here.
but their end goals,
Yep,
their end goal.
yep,
Okay.
in the middle.
Oh, okay.
So and then you miss out everything you have, which is pretty neat. And then I'm not gonna dwell on this side too much. Obviously, if you're watching this, you probably already know where to find CP. But yeah. So
This is one of the things that came out of it all.
Yeah.
Is because one of the things you decided to do, I think the high school thing was you started CP Life.
right,
You could have easily stopped it
right,
at some point. And I think you decided that because of this process of thinking about your future, you decided CP Life was definitely
Yeah.
a big piece of that, right?
Right.
So you kept doing that when you got
Right.
out of high school, and it just kept growing, and it just keeps
Right.
growing. Yeah, steadily.
And
Yes,
then-
that's great piece of the puzzle, right?
without this, without CP, I wouldn't have the knowledge that I do to do on my course.
Yeah, it's been awesome, because I think sometimes if you decide to do one piece or one thing that you really like, you not only develop new skills because you have to execute that, whether it's video editing or figure out how social media works or whatever you might have. Your dream might be to do something completely different, but once you start learning the skills for that piece, it will help set you up to do other things you couldn't do before. And also, I know you've met all these people. I mean, the people you've met through CP Life have connected you to Boundless Babes and variety of other things, and then eventually UMKC. So now she's got the
Right.
ability to do consulting, and so none of that would have happened if she didn't chase this piece. And so
Right.
one thing can lead to this. So just because what you like to do or want and feel like you want to do isn't your end game, that's okay, because it could lead to an end game you can't even imagine right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, so over my past I have with more than 100 followers on YouTube. So thank you everyone. Past 100 on Instagram. I have been highlighted in the publication, and I've been featured into for a disability pride festival here in St. Louis, which was really cool. And currently training to do a presentation like that and supporting photo with disability. So I hope this presentation I hope this presentation helped you guys in some way. Before I end my team, I just wanted to mention a little bit about work accommodations as well. Because me and my boss and advisor were talking about this too, and it never hurt to say. He was asking me if I wanted to work in a public setting, and of course I said, that would be really difficult for a number of reasons, So I advocated for myself, and I said, I would really love it if I could work virtually from home, How it never hurts to advocate for your needs in the workplace. Anything to add?
Well, I think that's another example. Like in high school, they said, "Oh, here's our internship program," and it didn't fit. And so
Right.
you were able to say, "Well, what if I invented a new angle on it?" And the same thing here. Like if you have some ability to work in a public place, you can kind of just don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to say, well, can I do it this way? Or I know that's the rule, but can we make an exception? And can I propose a different way to do it? Because You'd be surprised how flexible things can be as long as you can help achieve whatever the goal was, that was originally there. So don't be shy about being creative and proposing things, because rules aren't always immovable. Yep.
Right. Thank you, Mike, and happy Disability Employment Month. I hope this will help you, and I'll see you in my next video. Which could be a healthy reward with me.
A selfie room? Oh Lord. I guess I'll go.
So that's gonna be pretty fun. I hope you might